is all the news all the time, and my name, as always, is Adam. Hi, and it's really lovely to have you back. We've got some interesting news today. We've obviously got the tour, which is kicking off tomorrow, so if you're in Phoenix and you want to go to the Celebrity Theatre to watch Jeff Beck and Johnny Depp, you're out of luck because the tickets are sold out. But if you've already got a ticket, it's all good. And so what else is going on? We've got some story coming out from Inside the Magic, which is quite closely tied into Disney, and they're saying Disney wants Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to be the next Johnny Depp. I was like, really? I understand they want him to be in Captain Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean, as a new pirate type thing, but they want him to be the next Johnny Depp. I was like, well, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that indeed. Let's have a little look. Jungle Cruise 2021 was the latest film created by Disney to bring to life a beloved Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort attraction, very similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. The film, starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock Johnson, and Emily Blunt, holds the same title as the beloved Disney park attraction, Jungle Cruise. Yes, it does, which you can find at Disney Park in Anaheim and Magic Kingdom over in Walt Disney World. It joined Tower of Terror, oh that's great, I like that one, in the Haunted Mansion, and of course the beloved Pirates of the Caribbean franchise as films based on Disney park attractions. There's old Dwayne rocking himself there. The film focuses on the characters Skipper Frank Wolf, and Lily Horton, I like that name, and McGregor Horton, as they search for an ancient tree that holds the power to heal, in a film directed by Joan Colette Serra. Is it like an ancient tree? Sounds a bit like Avatar. From a screenplay written by Glenn Ficarra, John Reca, and Michael Green. There's some names for you. Though some believe the ending of Jungle Cruise did not lend the film itself to many sequel opportunities, that is not what is being talked about from the Disney perspective. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. In an interview with Collider, producer Beau Flynn revealed that they already have discussions about not only bringing the duo of Johnson and Emily Blunt back for a sequel, but potentially even turning it into the next Disney franchise. Very interesting indeed. Jungle Cruise 2 is something we really want, they're saying. I think it's more important than what Hiram and I want. I think it's Dwayne and Emily have created such an incredible bond. Their chemistry is extraordinary in the first movie, and I now know they know those characters so intimately. I know that they have big ideas where they could take that universe and world. Well, I think it's a bit of a stretch, pulling Jungle Cruise out into a universe and world. I mean, how many jungles can you cruise down, to be honest? But that's not for me to say. Well, it is really, but it's not really. So what are they saying? Jungle Cruise could follow in the footsteps of Pirates of the Caribbean in developing a massive movie franchise. Well, I think you're being a bit bold there. It's quite possible when the sequel is released, it would be another solo adventure for Frank and Lily in which they travel down the Amazon. I mean, how many rivers can you go down, to be honest, to find another ancient treasure? How many ancient treasures? Quite a few, I suppose. In addition, the story could build upon the world and open up the possibility for more sequels and prequels and remakes and reboots and all-female franchises, potentially even creating an overarching story through many movies. I think you're stretching the old pastry a bit thin there, my friend. That's my personal opinion on the matter, for what it's worth. And at this time, Disney has not announced production for the new movie / universe world. The next movie to be based on a Disney park attraction set to hit theatres is the rebooted, you do surprise me, Haunted Mansion. The new film has aligned a star-studded cast featuring Tiffany Haddish, no idea, lots of films, Owen Wilson, oh yeah, I know him, Rosario Dawson, nope, Lakeith Stanfield, nope, and anybody else know? And directed by Justin Simeon. If that's what you call star-studded, well, you know, that's what up to you. So is Jungle Cruise the next big universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Extended Universe, the Disney Jungle Cruise Universe? I find that somewhat difficult to believe, to be honest. So what else is going on? We've got some professional whining from Glamour website. There they are. You got this person, you got that person, and here we go with the old classic, trying to cancel everything, trying to put everything down, trying to shut everything down, trying to cancel everybody. Since when was Halloween an opportunity to poke fun at victims of domestic violence? Pretty much from when it started, to be honest. I mean, you poke fun at murder victims, you poke fun at all sorts of stuff. It's Halloween, to be honest. You get dressed up as murderers. So, well, I don't know what you're talking about. So it's surely no coincidence that Amber and Johnny and Pam and Tommy have cropped up as fancy dress costumes in the same year that the entertainment industry sought to profit from their respective traumas. I'm not sure the entertainment industry profited from their respective traumas. There was certainly a defamation trial, but there wasn't any entertainment industry profit made from that, as far as I can tell. Not really. And so I don't know where your argument lies on that, Lucy. I can imagine Lucy right now, hunched over Twitter, desperate to be offended by things. It's Halloween 2015, and I'm dressed as Patsy Stone. Oh my God, how dare you. Watching as a man dressed as Oscar Pistorius. Oh my God, how dare he. An athlete who shot and killed his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp, swans across the dance floor wearing a sign that reads, "Everyone loves a few shots, even if they're to the head." It's funny, right? Hey, hilarious. Fast forward 7 years and clearly I still don't get the joke. Well, I bet that happens a lot, Lucy. I bet that happens a lot. I spend my Saturday evening, as usual, hunched over social media. See, I was right. Scrolling through social media, desperately searching to be offended and to tell people why they can't do things. Where I see multiple content creators, probably like my good self, have opted for the ultra edgy costume. Is it ultra edgy dressing up as Jack Sparrow? Is it ultra edgy? I mean, really? The ultra edgy costume choice of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Oh my God, the edge. The text on one such video reads, "Bet you didn't expect to see Johnny Depp and Amber Heard together this Halloween." Brilliant. While one Twitter thread by a pro Amber Heard account, is there such a thing? A pro Amber Heard account? Well, there you go. We learn something new every day. Showed a litany of women wearing a poop emoji costume to poke fun at Amber Heard. I thought you said it was a pro Amber Heard account. Maybe. Okay. As I say, edgy in italics. And it's not just regular people like my good self who are going for costumes on the more controversial side. Yeah, I mean, is it though? Is it controversial? People dress up as ghosts and murderers. And I saw some. I was a party shop, and there was a chef costume covered in blood, and you could have an inflatable knife. And I was thinking, well, you're just literally a murderer. You literally murder people. Brilliant. And yeah, so is it controversial? Well, I don't know. What's my opinion worth these days? Not much. Over the weekend, Megan Fox, there she is, shared an Instagram post of her and her fiance, ridiculous name, dressed as Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. One of the photos show ridiculous name with his hand around Megan's neck. No, we don't have that. Or maybe is that what they're saying this is? I don't know. Around the neck, accompanied by the caption, "But are these even costumes?" Yeah, it is this photo. Oh no, there's an extra one. My apologies. Well, no, it's the same. I mean, that's not really around her neck. I mean, you're stretching the truth a lot from what I would. If somebody said to me, "Put your hand around someone's neck," I don't mean that. That is not what I would think is meant. But yeah, what's my opinion worth these days? It doesn't seem to be worth much. That's the problem. I am sure they are just costumes, as Tommy Lee spent 6 months in prison after pleading no contest to assaulting Anderson. We're definitely not into assaulting people. Definitely, this is one of my main issues. Assaulting people is wrong. It doesn't matter what gender you are when you assault people. It really doesn't. So yeah, I'm not in for assaulting people at all. So it raises the question, is it ever okay to dress up as someone who's alleged to have experienced domestic abuse? Well, yeah, you can dress up as Captain Jack Sparrow if you want. I'm sure he's fine with it. Despite being a feminist killjoy, you do surprise me. You do. I do concede, well, not really, that there's an important distinction to be made between subversive humour and straight-up bad taste, and an oppressive left-wing ideology of censorship and authoritarian viewpoint. But that's just my opinion. As many a cancelled stand-up comedian, oh, I'm sure you're loving that, will tell you again and again, probably on an enormous platform, comedy serves an essential societal function. You see, you're against that as well. Whether it's acting as a valve for cultural anxieties or subverting traditional power hierarchies. Some good words here. but you don't like any of that. You just want to cancel people. Well, what many of these comedians fail to address, you're going to tell us what they fail to address, is that these critiques usually only apply when punching up rather than down. If the butt of your joke is to a person, group, or people already marginalised, classic word, by society, transgender people, you're punching down. If the person you're making fun of occupies a high societal position, Boris Johnson, you're punching up. In a way, but again, in a way, no. Because you would have to have Johnny Depp or Amber Heard see you in that costume for them to feel in any way slighted or mocked. If you're dressing up as Amber Heard in some village pub in Lewisham, it's very unlikely Amber Heard is... Well, she was in Fulham, actually. It's very unlikely that Amber Heard's going to walk in, be offended, and buy the whole thing. And even then, is it mocking, or is it just a statement that these people exist in our cultural awareness and they're part of the cultural zeitgeist? Again, I don't know. My opinion doesn't really matter about these things. Was I naive? Probably. To think that mocking alleged survivors would be considered punching down and therefore in bad taste? Yes, you were. Regardless of taste, which is after all subjective, yeah, you're just offended by everything. I worry that offensive, you see, Halloween costumes are merely the tip of the iceberg. Oh, the slippery slope argument here regarding societal attitudes to survivors of domestic abuse. It is surely no coincidence. Oh, this is the, what's that argument called? The fallacy argument? Is it argument by numbers? Maybe I'll have to look it up. It's surely no coincidence that Amber and Johnny and Pam and Tommy have cropped up in as a fancy dress costume in the same year that the entertainment industry sought to profit from their respective traumas. All right, I don't get where this profit's coming from. February, Pam and Tommy, the true story behind the release of the first viral video in history, was released on Disney Plus. So in February there was a what was it, a documentary? A true story. It's a documentary, and this is what you consider the entertainment industry profiting from their respective traumas. And so therefore, and that made everyone wear costumes. And that, oh my God, the loops, the intellectual loops you people jump through. Multiple sources suggest that Pamela Anderson was against the making of the show, with one describing that she found the show painful, adding it's shocking that series is allowed to happen without her approval or payment. One of the resounding critiques of the series was that it raised awareness of Anderson's exploitation by exploiting her even more. Oh, like that Blondie film. Jesus. Marilyn Monroe monstrosity of a film. Yeah, that's exploitation of exploitation. As Adrian Horton wrote for The Guardian, oh God, we're bringing in The Guardian now. Oh, it's hard work, this. Pam and Tommy recreate parts of the tape, has actors mimic Anderson and Lee's sex noises, includes montages of having cartoonish vigorous sex using prosthetics to imitate their famous anatomies. Does it? I might have to watch this because it sounds well. In addition to watching a fictionalised account of, is that on the boat? You remember the one on the boat when they're driving around on a speedboat? I don't know. Anyway, this is just some random usual left-wing waffling about how everyone should do what they say. Public opinion initially favoured Depp, with many choosing to express their support for him because he was found to be correct, and unanimous support of the jury. And, well, yeah, by acting out AH's courtroom description of being sexually assaulted. In the months after the jury delivered its verdict, Tubi TV, oh yeah, that tiny made-for-TV program, and that's what you consider to be the entertainment industry profiting. One small organisation making one TV programme. In seeking to dramatise and profit from stories of DEA, the entertainment industry, see, you're lumping everybody into one thing, has trivialised it to the extent that survivors have become the butt of our jokes this Halloween. Well, as opposed to murderers and ghosts and skeletons and all the other things that we are scared of in society that we take on board on Halloween and laugh at. But being professionally offended by stuff is a very useful way of imposing your viewpoint on other people, which is what I think the left wing become left wing for. That's my personal opinion, and I'm sticking to that one as well. Authoritarianism and the left go hand in hand. Yep. So that's my opinion, which is, again, what it's worth, not much. And let me know your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, and Yeah, leave a like if you found anything interesting. Leave a dislike if you think everything should be cancelled in life, and we should all walk around apologising for everything. Leave a good old dislike. That'd be fantastic. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Join the membership if you want to be a member. That's brilliant. And is there anything else? No, that's about it. And I will see you guys later.